Hi, Mark Vanderpool here to talk to you about celestial divide and the beneficiary report. This is what the beneficiary or party would receive after the division has been done. They're able to log in and take a look at this. It's going to start off with a quick recap, just letting them know, hey, here are the assets and your bids in case it's been a while or they got their bids in substantially earlier than another beneficiary did. And here we can see the assets for this farmer again, apple lot, your value 250,000, good faith estimate also 250,000. This is kind of letting them know, hey, this is what we think that baseline is. This is what you told us. The next is really meant to get that hard piece out in the open. So here are the assets that need to be sold. These assets are expected to be sold and converted into cash for the estate based on the bids and solver rules for this round. So Gone Fishing is their fishing pond and it needs to be sold for about 142,500. The King Ranch is going for 375,500 and the soybeans 285. You do want to be very conscientious of what those effective sale prices are when you're adding the assets. It is setting that baseline value of what we expect when it's sold. You can do that under the advanced features per individual asset, and you can also do it by asset category in case you have a whole plethora of other assets like jewelry. It'll just apply a hefty discount in that particular case. Next, it's going to let them know kind of that good news. This is what you received. Below is a summary of who receives what. We're starting off with beneficiary 1. This will be their name when they enter it in and create a username and email. So again, we're going to list their bids so they can see what it's worth to them, $617,000. But we're also going to use their bid for what other people received as well. So we do have some continuity here of what valuation is being used. We can see that the family home was valued at $495 by them, and the cash from soybeans is simply cash, so they got $578. This makes for a quick and easy comparison. They can look at what they received, $617,750 versus $578. They're already feeling pretty good about what they've gotten as opposed to the others. The Apple lot, again, the value that they have placed on it and the equipment as well as the photography equipment. Cash from other sales and the pond, again, 575, less than what they've received. You will then be able to see it in that graph chart just to kind of pull this all together into one visual. This is again going to be their name, sibling, and sibling's name, so it'll be quite easy for them to read and understand. And if they do hover over it, you can see exact figures. That's at 617 again. You can see this is 578 and 575. That should be reassuring that they've gotten a pretty good split and they don't need to worry too much about it. The summary is this is a great split because you get the corn maze and corn lot 2 and a tractor. That might get expanded a little bit more in the future with some AI, but mostly just meant to summarize what's happening here. About your allocation based on your bids and relative to your inheritance share, you value you value what you received more highly than the others and received relative to their share. So just reinforcing that it's within the constraints and they shouldn't be jealous of what other people received. Say thank you from Celestial Divide, and that is how you read the beneficiary report. Each person will be labeled first, and each person will see their inheritance comparison. Given the constraints, if they're at a disparity level of 0, then they will always show up as themselves having the most value and other people being equal to or less than in value. Hope that helps, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks.